What did you expect? Welcome, Sonny. Make yourself at home. Marry my daughter. You've got to remember that these are just simple farmers. These are people of the land. The common clay of the New West. You know. Morons.
God bless you. May be seated. And Rev Shnorr. Welcome to movie night. Now, as your spiritual advisor, I implore you, take heed of this good book and what it has to say. Then he caused me to pass by them all around, and behold, there were many in the open valley, and indeed, they were very dry. Take heed of that and think about it. I think it'll help you out. God bless. I'm the Rev Shnorr, and you are here for movie night. Tonight's movie is Blazing Saddles, classic comedy by Mel Brooks, but also Richard Pryor helped to write some of it, and it was probably one of the funniest movies of all time. And we're going to talk about that. That's it. Look at it. It looks like that right there. I have, where is it? Here, look what I got. I just watched this last night. This is my VHS copy of it. There's Governor Lepedemain and Mrs. Stein, or Miss Stein, I forget. Doesn't really matter. And it was come on in 1974. And there's lots of people who would become stars, lots of people who were stars in it. And there's a lot of interesting factoids about it, more or less. For instance, originally, Richard Pryor was supposed to play Bart, but he was having a little bit of trouble but with the drugs at the time. You know, the studios were a little worried he wasn't reliable, so they brought in Cleavon Little, who nailed his audition perfectly. And Mel Brooks said, yeah, okay, let's do a Cleavon. And it turned out perfect, I think. It was supposed to be called Tex X. It was also supposed to be called Black Bart. And if you look very closely in the scene where Hedley Lamar is buying his ticket to the movie, behind him is an advertisement for a movie called Black Bart. So a little Easter egg for you to look for while you're watching this. So let's bring in Brother Carlito and see what he's got in store to talk about here, what he's got on tap for us.
We would snatch 200,000 acres of Indian territory, which we have deemed unsafe for their use at this time. They're such children.
200,000 acres? 200,000 acres? What'll it cost, man? What'll it cost?
A box of these.
Are you crazy? They'll never go for it. And then again, they might. Little red devils, they love toys. May I try one?
Please do, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. These things are defective.
Right as usual, sir.
Show off,
Sir, just sign this, sir, right here.
Oh, okay, give us a hand here.
All right, sir.
Work, 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 work. Hello, boys. Have a good night's rest. I missed you.
Just one more bill for you to sign, sir.
What the hell is this?
This is the bill that will convert the State Hospital for the Insane into the William J. Lepedemain Memorial Gambling Casino for the Insane.
Gentlemen, this bill will be a giant step forward in the treatment of the insane gambler.
Yes, bravo. Beautifully put, sir.
I didn't get a harumph out of that guy. Let's bring him in. Brother Carlito, you there? Can I get a harumph?
How are you, Rev?
I'm all right. Hey, you're all ready to go. You're sailed up and...
Oh, wait. Wait. Just make it official.
Oh, yeah. I already started.
Look at me.
Oh, look at you. You're fastest bottle opener in the West. It's the fastest bottle opener west of North Avenue right there. Hey, look what I got. Can you hear this?
Oh, you got dimes.
A shitload of dimes just in case we encounter any tolls. I thought ahead.
They're awesome.
Hey, I do what I can.
So did you watch the movie?
I did. I watched it yesterday. And there's lots of fun stuff. Everything has to do with something. There's like not a wasted line in a thing.
It's kind of like your show.
Right. Just like this, everything I say has some kind of important meaning.
More or less.
More or less.
We got a lot of people tuning in.
Yeah, a lot of people tune in. And what a great movie. How many other movies could so many people come up with their own quotes on and not really repeat each other?
And you know, this reminds me, I was not into it, but what was that? I was with you on the road one time when I never experienced it in my life, was that Rocky Horror Picture Show, right?
Right.
The people rented out the conference room in the hotel and they played the movie on the big screen and then they acted out the scenes.
Yeah.
This movie reminds me of something like that.
It does. It's got a very loyal following. In fact, they wanted Mel Brooks to make a musical like he did with the producers.
Uh-huh.
But he thought, he got away with using the N-word in 1974.
Right.
It doesn't fly nowadays.
No.
Times have changed. Even though the overall lesson of the movie resonates, and you'd have to tell it differently, and it wouldn't quite be the same. So he said, yeah, we're not going to do a musical.
So that was the end of that.
It was the end of that, yeah.
Well, look, I mean, even to the movie poster. Look at that puppy.
That, looking at that, it's going to be different than any movie before. And this broke a lot of rules.
Yes, it did. It was a good one. Look, I mean, did you notice the microphone hanging down?
No.
The poster?
Now, until you mention it, no, I don't. Look at it. The microphone's there. Mel Brooks plays a Jewish Indian.
Did you see the coin in the background? It says, "Hi, I'm Mel. Trust me."
No, I see it now. We could do a whole show on just this logo.
Exactly. Anyhow, what else you got?
There's something on the horse there I can't quite make out. So, obviously, I'll save it for later. Hang on, let's see here. So, the studio came to Mel Brooks when they saw the cut. And they said, all right, here are the changes we want to make.
Now, what do you mean by the studio? You mean the suits, the people in charge?
Yeah, the people in charge.
Okay.
They saw it.
Not the spiritual suits, but the people that think they know everything.
Yes. The lawyers and the businessmen.
Right.
They watched it. Nobody laughed.
Because they are
boring and dumb. So the censorship guy says, all right, here are the changes you got to make. Got to take out the N-word every time it's said. The farting scene, gone. There's a couple. The part with Lily in the dark, gone. Mel Brooks said, whatever you want. Everything's gone. Don't worry about it. It's all gone. He didn't take any of it out.
Sounds like somebody else I know.
Me too. He told them you get what you want. He took none of it out. And then they screened the movie for all the blue collar workers at the studio.
I had that note down. And let me guess. They laughed hysterically.
They laughed their asses off. And Mel Brooks said it's going to be a hit. And it was. And it changed movies forever.
How about they wanted to just do a small release in certain markets just to break even before they even gave the movie a shot?
Right, they're going to throw it out. Yeah, it's no good. We'll cut our losses and go our way.
We care about you, Lydia.
Oh,
Top of
howdy.
the morning to you.
Howdy, ma'am. There was Mel Brooks. Now, this is a spoof of Westerns, right?
Right.
So he goes to who's the one guy you got to have in your Western if you can get him?
John Wayne.
Yes. So Mel Brooks went to John Wayne, offered him a part in the movie.
Do you think he went like this, Mr. Wayne? Would you be honored to play in my movie?
Probably went something like that.
Okay.
John Wayne read the script. He loved it. He says, I can't do a movie like that, but I'll be the first in line to see it. And he did. I think. I don't know. I figure if he says so, he's going to. Alfred Hitchcock loved the movie, too.
Yes, he did.
There's lots of good stuff.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, I thought you were going to say something.
No, there was a lot of good comments already rolling in here.
Oh, yeah, let's take a look at them. What do we got?
Someone said, why don't you show our clergyman Nelson?
Hey, God bless, Nelson. Here, hang on. I got a shit ton of dimes here. Just in case. I thought ahead.
Look at it. Mongo's in the house.
Hey, Mongo.
Oh, let's see. What else? Well, oh, look at the lines. The lines just keep on coming.
Yeah, there's not many movies like this one that you could just rattle off the lines. Boom, 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 one after the other. What was your favorite one? You said you had a favorite one.
Of the line of the movie?
Yeah.
Well, the scene that I never caught before until today was at the end of the movie when the end of Blazing Saddles breaks out into two other films or on the sound stages, right? And then it spills over into the cafeteria catering. And then they're bringing the tour through, or before that, then it's Hitler talking at the table saying he just lost a week of work.
Right. They lose me after the bunker scene.
Exactly. And then it kicks around a little bit. And if you pay attention in the fight scene, it goes to a real wide shot. Okay? And chaos all over the place. And if you look right up in the corner, would be right there in your screen if you're watching a movie. Hitler's standing on one of the tables in the back saluting. And he's
really?
Yeah, I never caught it until today. And I had to rewatch it. I tried to get a screenshot, but it became too blurry.
Oh, I got to catch that then. I know I'm going to go back and watch it again after we talk tonight.
Well,
there's so many little things.
If you search the internet, and all our clergy, I'm sure, has YouTube, but they don't go to it till after the show. There was one deleted scene.
Okay.
But I found it.
Oh, let's take a look.
It says, never been seen before on a streamed Reverend telecast. Take a look. How about that? You were in the movie, you never told me.
I always wanted to be a cowboy. I always wonder if I had what it takes. I think I do.
Yes, you do. All because of this man right here.
He was great. Oh, I was on my way to making a point and got off trail, and I know what I want to say. So everything had a meaning in the movie.
Okay.
And there's a part when Mongo's riding into town.
Yes.
And for no reason, all of a sudden, there's a Mexican guy who we never seen before and we never see again. And he
right
goes,
in the corner.
Oh, Mango, Santa Maria. And he runs away. Mango Santa Maria was a jazz musician.
Come on.
That's why it's the only reason that line's in the movie. It's a reference to a jazz guy named Mango Santa Maria.
Oh, I got another one for you.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Do you know that Mel Brooks really got sued with the Headley? Did you know that?
Hedy Lamarr sued him?
Yep. They settled for out of court if you look it up. But in the movie, the governor, he goes, what the hell are you worried about? This is 1874. You'll be able to sue for her. So he took a jab at her during the movie.
He's magnificent. Should we talk a little bit about Governor Lepedimine?
Sure. I think we can.
So just like Mongo Santa Maria, everything's got a little hidden meaning in it. This here is the flatulence artist from France, Lepedimine, which in French, the language they speak over there, means basically fart maniac. He had like a magical anus, he called it, and ab muscles so strong he could pass gas on command.
So is he blowing out a candle there?
I don't know if he's blowing it out or making it go bigger, but yeah, he's using his. He would go around. Now this is in the days before TV and the internet. You go stand in line and pay good money to see this guy do his fart tricks, and that's where the name Governor Lepedimine comes from. Is it's named after this fart trickster.
And you know what's the most famous part of our nightly service?
What's that?
The famous fart by the Rev. It's blowing up the comment section.
Literally. Look at that. See, now
Lydia, you have to watch it. If you have Hulu, I hear it's on Hulu right now.
Oh, if you like Young Frankenstein, you'll love Blazing Saddles. There's a little note. So Mel Brooks asked Gene Wilder to be in his movie because the original actor was too drunk to play the role in real life. Figure. Yeah, go figure.
And they didn't want Richard Pryor,
right,
to play the sheriff because of his drug problem.
Right. So they got two clean guys, Cleavon Little and Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder said, "Okay, I'll be in it, but I want you to do me a favor. I want you to read a script that I'm working on for a movie idea I have." Mel Brooks agreed, and that movie wound up being Young Frankenstein.
Now that's what I call a side hustle.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's great. I can't imagine anyone in that role but Gene Wilder. But we'll get to him later. So there's Lepedimine. There's an ad. You walk through town and go, "What do you want to do on Saturday night, honey?" Or you ask a girl out, "Hi, can I take you to a show? I know that the fart guy's in town. We can go see him." He breaks wind like nobody else.
How's the show? I don't know. It's on fire, they tell me.
This guy's on fire. He's a gas.
Oh, God.
So that's where Governor gets his name from. What else we got? Who's our next picture of? I forgot.
Oh, a Laurel.
Oh, yes. This is probably one of my favorite lines in a movie. How about you?
Yes.
As the president of our welcoming committee, I'd like to offer you this laurel and hearty handshake to our new sheriff. For you really youngsters out there, Laurel and Hardy, a laurel is a wreath and a hearty handshake, like a strong one. These two guys are Laurel and Hardy. So when he offers a Laurel and Hardy handshake, if you're old enough, you get that joke. They're famous comedians back in the silent movie days and right after that. Very funny stuff, too, if you want to check them out. They're on YouTube. And the guy offering the Laurel and Hardy handshake, he might look a little familiar to you if you watch TV back in the 80s. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. That's Higgins from Magnum P.I. before Higgins became a pretty British woman. And Magnum became a Mexican guy. This was in the 80s when everybody on Magnum was white but TC. And John Hillerman is his name. He's from Texas. He was born in Denison, Texas. And he had a Texas drawl, like people from Texas do. And kind of like, I guess he would talk like he did in Blazing Saddles. But he got hired to play this British war hero for Magnum P.I. So he listened to Laurence Olivier recite something. I forget what he recited. He listened to it over and over and over again, Laurence Olivier recordings, and learned how to speak English accents so good that when Thomas Selleck would go to visit England with his wife, who's English, the British people would ask him, "Hey, where's the actor who plays Higgins from in England?" And Tom Selleck would have to break the news. He's not. He's from Texas.
Come on.
Even British people who can pick out a phony British accent a mile away Thought he was legit. There he is. There's Higgins. He passed away a few years ago. He was 84, I think. A big time smoker. So if you can make it to 84 as a big time smoker, you're doing all right, I think.
I guess you win, right?
You'll win, absolutely. I heard he moved. Rumor was he moved out of California back to Texas because of their anti-smoking laws.
Now, he was pictured also with a good-looking young lady that we had some...
Friend of our show, sort of, more like kind of.
More or less.
More or less, yeah. That's Betty White. Mm-hmm. Betty White was a big star in the 70s from the Mary Tyler Moore Show. And they gave her own show called The Betty White Show. And John Hillerman played her ex-husband. It only lasted one season. So even with good talent, sometimes things don't work out. But I saw that picture. I thought, oh, we just showed Betty White's boobies or her butt or something the other day. So why not show her with... Oh, we blacked them out. That's right. We made a Betty White joke. I don't know, something. So there's Betty White and John Hillerman. Now, yeah, talk about sexy.
I'm so
Even
tired.
as a little kid, I had a crush on Madeline Kahn.
You did.
Her and Bernadette Peters, they kind of got a similar look. So Mel Brooks went up to her and said, hey, you want to be in my movie? And she said, sure. He said, you got to show me your legs. And she thought, it's a Harvey Weinstein thing going on.
Before Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, before him. And Mel Brooks said, no, you don't understand. It's supposed to be a Marlene Dietrich kind of broad, and I got to make sure you got the gams to pull it off. So she showed him, not everything, but it showed him what the goods were.
Gave him a little leg.
Give him a little leg, and they were perfect. And she killed it in this role, and then, she was in Young Frankenstein, too. She got one of the best lines in Young Frankenstein, picking up the poo-poo undies at the end.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, look how pretty she is. And she's got classic lines in this one, too. And one of them I mentioned the other day is it true what they say about you people being gifted? And, they're in the dark, and you kind of know what she's talking about. And she goes, it's true. And there's another line. It's one of the few things Mel Brooks actually did cut out. And it was, I hate to disenchant you, ma'am, but you're sucking on my arm.
I heard about that.
And they did cut before that. So now it's true. And that was funny enough as it was.
And you know what else is good in that scene?
What's that?
When she gets to knock on the door, but she shuts off all the lights and she walks right into the wall.
Well, and Harvey Korman tries to cop a feel through the door, and she slams the door on his hand. Those two played, I think, Harvey Korman and Madeline Kahn in just the short little scenes they had together were fantastic. Together.
God, someone had a comment right off the top of the show. Let's see. I think we put it up. Did we put it up? I'll find it in a little bit. So many comments. The comment section is blowing up today. Marty's in the house. Oh, Rev.
Skylar, Dawn, David, Nelson, Obi. What's up?
Another good part. Right at the top, when they're looking for a new sheriff. Okay? And the Reverend's giving his little preach in the chapel.
Yes.
And he goes, sheriff's murdered, crops burned, stores looted, people stampeded, and cattle raped. It sounds like a promo for Lion or a Tiger King.
Yeah. Or when Slim Pickens is describing what they're going to do with the number 6. Oh, we ride into town or roping it, raping everything in sight but the women. Goes, you spare the women? He goes, no, we raped the shit out of them at the number 6 dance later.
Marty got his shirt, by the way.
Oh, it only took a month.
We're all over the place today.
God bless, Marty. I'm glad you got your shirt. Oglesby got his shirt and sent a pic. We'll show that later this week. Becky England's in the house. I-Team Legend. Oh, man. Lots of people. David Smizer, Dom, Lydia Chambers, Carrie Vaden.
Blowing up, I say. Blowing up. Here we go, Rev. Look at this guy. He looks all wound up.
Now, talk about a talent. Now, I just mentioned him with Madeline Kahn because they're so good together. This Hedley Lamar, of course. There's Harvey Korman. As a little kid, I didn't no one's gonna let me watch Blazing Saddles as a little kid. But what I could watch is the Carol Burnett show. And my two favorite people on the Carol Burnett show, Harvey Korman and Tim Conway. They were brilliant together. And sadly, Tim Conway just passed away not long ago. Harvey Korman a few years ago. And if you haven't watched Carol Burnett, that's out there too. Check that out because they would crack each other up. But Harvey Korman just was spot on this. He could play that role. His delivery of the lines, that's what I'm trying to say. His delivery of the lines is just impeccable. It was perfect. And he also had some of the classic lines. Don't worry, that's just a man on a horse getting hung. But it was his delivery more than anything. You saw it in that other clip that we showed at the beginning, right?
Yep. All right, let's see. What else did you send us here?
Yeah, what else we got? So I think there was a pic of him with Tim Conway, right?
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. Tim Conway played this slow old man who would get Harvey Korman's character, who's always in a hurry, really upset. And I laugh every time I see, even just looking at that picture.
Oh, look at this one, Rev. And Kazoo on the Flintstones.
Was he really? I didn't know that, OB. He was Kazoo? The great Kazoo? That makes sense now. Now that you say that.
You're very good, Nelson. You're right on the ball.
Absolutely.
Pass 100.
For all you kids out there, if you haven't listened to, besides anything that we're talking about here, if you haven't listened to the 2,000-Year-Old Man sketches between Mel Brooks and Carl Reiner, do yourself a favor. There's one right around the millennium, the 2,000-Year-Old Man in the year 2000, which is great. Yes, we got to, if anyone makes it past 100, we want Mel Brooks to do it. And Betty White, too. Maybe they can date.
Oh, another good scene. Mr. Wiggins' scene is good, too.
Yeah. And Carol Burnett. Yeah. Well, Tim Conway was brilliant in that. So now, other people you might pick out. Next to, I think that's Howard Johnson, right? Next to him is this old timer. See him? Next to John Hillerman. That guy might look familiar if you're into comedies. You might know him better in a wheelchair, playing Old Man Lebowski in The Big Lebowski. That's him with Philip Seymour Hoffman in the back of the limo when they tell the dude that they got the pinky toe from Bunny. And, of course, you know who Bunny was. One of my favorite hotties of all time. There's Tara Reid. She was on my Milfs and Cookies list, right near the top. This is back when the character had all her toes. And asked the dude to blow on her. So there's another guy you might have went, oh, why does he look so familiar? Well, he was the Big Lebowski, the Old Man Lebowski. So I thought I'd throw that in there too. It's a good reason to take a look at Tara Reid, if nothing else. And lots of people you'd see later on in stuff. What else you guys? The Dude Abides. He does. Slim Pickens. Slim Pickens is on my list, Skylar. Where's Slim? He was next. You jumped ahead of me a minute. Slim Pickens. I read a little bit about Slim Pickens. Wait till you hear this guy's story. Slim Pickens, his dad, I think, was a farmer or something. He was a land kind of guy. And Slim Pickens could ride a horse. And he wound up going to the rodeo. And the rodeo was having a contest. And he wanted to enter the contest. And the guy running the contest said, yeah, our prize money for you going to be Slim Pickens. Well, his dad had forbid him to enter the rodeo contest. So instead of going under his real name, he signed up for the rodeo as Slim Pickens and won $400 doing that. So after he served in the war, he decided he would work in the rodeo and became a famous rodeo clown and stuff. And that's how he got into the movies. And he's played in tons of Westerns. This is like almost.
Wait, is that a known fact? He won $400 at the rodeo, like a you read it as a fact of the movie?
It's on the internet.
Okay. What's one of the lines? a $400 hand cart. He said,
damn near lost a $400 hand cart. Look at that. Real life.
we are making television, streaming shows tonight, people. I'm done.
We're making connections to things like you wouldn't believe. Holy cow. Oh, I was talking to Brother Brett. That's who it was. Brother Brett told me one of his favorite all-time lines in any movie is when Harvey Korman hails the taxi cab and says, "Drive me off this picture." So Slim Pickens had a really good run because, he played bit parts. He was always he was either a villain or a sidekick, funny sidekick in tons of Westerns and on TV. Then he got a job in Stanley Kubrick's Dr. Strangelove. And they didn't give him any of the script, only his scenes. And he played them so perfectly that after that movie, he noticed he started getting better paychecks, better dressing rooms, better parts, because he did such a good job in Dr. Strangelove. So he's kind of, besides all the little roles he had over the years, he's in two really iconic comedies, Dr. Strangelove and then Blazing Saddles. And he was perfect in Blazing Saddles, I think.
Moving on, I think, to our top two people, right?
Right to the governor and tell him I said, ow. Got it. Well, yeah, our stars. We saved our stars till the end. This scene, Sheriff Bart has just gone out to try to endear himself to the good people of Rockridge. And he has a sweet little old lady tell him, up yours, N-word. And, nobody liked him.
You know what? We can replay the clip in case someone didn't see it earlier. If they joined in.
Real quick, let me finish. Can I finish
Go ahead.
So he's back. He's defeated. He feels horrible. And Jim is trying to kind of cheer him up a little bit. The end of the line, Gene Wilder improvises on the spot. So the reaction from Bart is Cleavon Little's real reaction to the line he'd never heard before, because Gene Wilder first comes up with it. Roll that clip. It's funny.
What did you expect? Welcome, Sonny. Make yourself at home. Marry my daughter. You've got to remember that these are just simple farmers. These are people of the land. The common clay of the New West. You know. Morons.
Morons wasn't part of the script. He made it up. And it was perfect. Because that's the part when I think you really see Jim and Bart connect. Right? Bart has cleaned Jim up. He got him off the sauce. He brought him back to life a little bit. And now Jim is returning the favor. And to see him make him laugh like that, now these two are in it together no matter what. Regardless of what the rest of the world or the town does, doesn't matter. These two guys are connected. So that was great.
And now we got this guy.
And yeah, so Gene Wilder, you might know better as Willy Wonka, or if you're too young, you just know him as the guy in the meme. So tell me again how blah, 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 blah. Right? He's all over Facebook. He passed away a few years ago, but he's in a lot of movies, a lot of great movies. Young Frankenstein is good, but he did a lot without, and the producers, but he did stuff without Mel Brooks too. He's just, I think, a brilliant actor. Nobody can go from stewing the way Gene Wilder can, to go from calmness to rage and crazy rage so well, so easily, and so effectively. Stir Crazy Nelson Toe is a great movie. Hear No Evil, See No Evil. Not great, but Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder's performances are worth watching. And he was married to Gilda Radner. You're right. His name in this movie was Jim, but most people called him Jim. Yeah, lots of great Gene Wilder stuff here.
There's another picture of them in action.
Another favorite line in this movie. They're trying to get two Klan guys to lure them so they can beat them up and take their robes. Well, how do you piss off a Klan guy any more than being a black guy and saying, hey, where are all the white women at?
Oh, God. Or when they have to go sign to make money to be villains.
Right. And he forgets and his hands come out, and obviously he's American and dressed in a Klan robe.
Oh.
I know how, it's hard to tell under this light, but I'm a white guy.
Oh, God.
I don't know how African Americans feel about the movie this many years later. It was a hell of a statement in 1974. I don't know. A lot of people don't like the N-word, even if you're using it.
But they have Richard Pryor help write the jokes.
Right. Yeah. Richard Pryor was a writer on it. It's not
Could you imagine some of the writers going, I don't know about this. He's like, oh, no. Put that line in.
Yeah, there is a story. One of the actors who played a villain was uncomfortable saying it. He didn't want to say it.
And he said, that's fine.
Cleavon Little had to take him aside and say, look, we're just having fun. We're playing here. I know you don't really feel that way. And that's why he was okay doing it.
Here, there you go. There you go, Rev. As Nelson Toe says.
It's great. And God bless you, Nelson Toe. I think anytime that we can use humor to connect, what the hell? What better way to do it than to laugh with each other?
Reverend, as we're almost wrapping up the show, we're getting to, towards our end. We got to do our peace shot still. But there's a lot of talk in the comment section. People want to do Spaceballs.
That is probably my favorite line in Spaceballs.
That is.
Combing the desert. We ain't found shit. Yeah. And now my impression of Jesse Owens. Hey, where are all the white women at? Yep. Oh. Yeah, is a great. So Cleavon Little, he was the star of the movie. But hold on. Because of this role, he was nominated for a BAFTA award for most promising newcomer to leading film roles. And he had success on Broadway. He did a lot of television. Here he is with Chevy Chase in the sequel to Fletch Lives, which is a really underrated comedy. I love Fletch and Fletch Lives. And he, I don't want to, in case you want to watch it, I won't give away who he plays, but he does a great job in that. He passed away in the early 90s, 1994. Oh, no. He passed away in 1992. He had ulcers a lot and died of colorectal cancer in 1992. But he got a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1994 for his contributions to acting and film. So while his career didn't take off probably to the heights that it should have, because he was really a talented guy, he did get a lot accomplished. And a lot of times actors go into the theater and on Broadway, and we don't see them up, in our face all the time. We think they disappeared. They didn't. They're just successful, not on TV in the movies, somewhere else. So that's our movie night, Blazing Saddles. I hope you enjoyed it. You guys know so much about these movies, and your favorite lines are my favorite lines. Let's do a peace shot real quick to Mel Brooks for continued health, for keeping us laughing and making a point at the same time about society and whatnot.
Woo! Here we go.
Okay. You got the Malort again.
I got the Malort. I believe Dean's listening and watching today, laughing away. Mugs and Manor, Addison, Illinois, mugsandmanor.com. Get your Malort. So far, the coronavirus has stayed away from me because I'm using the Malort.
I got to pick me up a bottle. I've been sneezing.
Oh, yeah? Salute.
God bless. To Mel.
All right. Let's see. We got some comments flowing in here, Rev.
Yeah, let's see. What are you guys' favorite lines and whatnot? Silver Streak is a good movie.
Cilantro and salami.
Salute, cilantro, salami. Slancha. Derek's in the house, all right.
Derek, my mate, we got to get Derek on. Now, Derek's a hidden talent. Don't let him kid you. Everybody who knows that guy, Derek, he's just not some crew guy that works in television. He's a hidden talent.
Wow, I'm surprised on a Blazing Saddles discussion, all of the Spaceballs references.
Yes. Oh my God, what happened? We've changed from suck to blow.
Why didn't anyone tell me my ass was so big?
What's the combination of your luggage, Rev? 1,
Oh,
2, 3. Never mind.
sorry. It's been a while since I've seen that one.
Peace to you as well.
So Skylar Wilson is 26 years old. He's fascinated by Slim Pickens.
No kidding.
Yeah. Oh, look him up. There's lots to. They're making a spinoff for Lebowski. Jesus Rolls, I think, is what it's called. I can't wait. I forget Ron England. I forget what his real name was, but Slim Pickens was a stage name because he didn't want his dad to know he was playing in the rodeo.
I'm going to look it up about the $400 hand card and the $400 winning of the rodeo.
There was a picture. I don't think I sent it to you. I meant to. It was in a group. It was an old man, a black and white, in a wheelchair.
Uh-huh.
When they're hanging people, there's an old guy, an old bald guy in a wheelchair about to get hung.
And he's a he's a suicide doctor, right? They make a mention to him.
They go, "Oh yes, the Dr. Gillespie killings."
Yes.
I had no idea what that was about. I thought, like you did, it was like a suicide help or something.
Right.
No. Now you ever see It's a Wonderful Life?
Yes.
You know Mr. Potter?
Yes.
You once called me a work-frustrated old man. Where are you but a work-frustrated young man? Yeah, good day to you. In jail. That guy, Lionel Barrymore,
All right.
really needed a wheelchair. He had horrible arthritis. He wasn't supposed to live long. So he did this movie, Dr. Gillespie. The guy kept on living, so they kept making more Dr. Gillespie movies. It's almost like Charlie Chan. You know, it's like Dr. Gillespie takes out an assistant. Dr. Gillespie solves a murder. Dr. Gillespie does this. Dr. Gillespie does that. Well, Mel Brooks' sense of humor was the last Dr. Gillespie movie should have been the Dr. Gillespie murders. That's the only reason that is there, is the Dr. Gillespie killings. That's why he's in a wheelchair.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that till I read about it, till I looked it up.
Oh,
It's the one joke I didn't get.
take a look at that comment, Rev, and help her out here.
Somebody better go and get a shit. Oh, hold on, Maria.
You must be late to the party because look what the Reverend has.
I brought some just in case. That is also one of my favorite lines in a movie.
Another.
What is he going to do next? Oh, History of the World Part 1 is fantastic, too.
Plumbing. Get your plumbing. We pipe the shit right out of your house.
The Inquisition song. The eunuchs and Gregory Hines. And he's the only one not a eunuch. And I think that's Madeline Kahn again, I think. And his feather rises up. And they go, the jig is up. And he goes, and gone. And he runs out. You know, probably shouldn't have said that's, not a great term, but the way he put it, they did it is another racial thing, but it was the way Mel Brooks did it is bad people always got the worst of it, and people being oppressed, Jewish people, Indians, or Native Americans, African Americans, they always got the better of the hateful ones.
It's good to be king.
It's good to be king.
You're right.
And he put himself in you remember when they come whooping and hollering into town and the guy's going, oh, well, that's the end of this suit, right? Someone brought it up. That's Mel Brooks' voice. You can tell.
Yes.
He dubbed it in later.
And he drags and the guy just stands there.
Yep.
Oh, and in the fight scene at the end of the movie, the horse does get punched. And that was a trained horse to do that. So they didn't really punch a horse. But when they have the fake town set up, okay, there is a scene where there's a cardboard horse. And the horse, I saw it today, the horse, it lifts up and falls over on just a piece of cardboard.
Supposedly, the punching a horse scene came from a story that Sid Caesar told Mel Brooks. Mel Brooks used to be a writer on your shows for Sid Caesar. And Sid Caesar took his wife horseback riding, and the horse wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, so Sid Caesar punched it right between the eyes. That's where Mel Brooks got the idea for that scene.
He learned from Joe Exotic, or Joe Exotic learned from him.
I guess, yeah.
I bring you these 10 commandments.
Yeah, there's so many great lines in these movies.
All right.
Lacking tonight, boys.
Rev, I'm out of here.
I'm just reading a couple of these things. Quicksand. Oh, they're in trouble. What did you say, brother Carlito?
I'm out of here.
Where you headed to, cowboy?
Nowhere special.
Nowhere special. I've always wanted to go there.
Come on.
Everybody, thanks for joining us. There's no way we could do justice to this funny film. I hope if you haven't seen it, you go see it. The language is crude for you young people. It's going to be a little shocking, but listen to the message. And the message isn't too different from this here thing. Matt, Mark, Luke, Duck. Hang on. I'm getting to it. Says, do not hate those who hate walk in darkness. And you can't see where you're going in the darkness. So I want you to think about that. Stay negative, think positive, and now go and do that voodoo that you do so well.